What's good with you guys? It's Jibril. And there is one thing the world will never admit to black people. The one thing they'll never admit to black people is that they fear black people. At one point in time, black people were considered the most feared and formidable race group. We are also the most genetically diverse and strongest race group out of any other race group that isn't related to chimpanzees, unlike white people and Asian people. You see, chimpanzees are actually cousins to Asian people and white people. So if any cracker or any Asian or whatever wants to go out there and call you a monkey or whatever, just remind them that they are literally cousins to chimpanzees. But due to the fact that we are genetically the strongest and the most diverse race group around, it makes every other race group feel inferior. And that's the main reason why all these other race groups don't want black people excelling. You see, white people derived and fought through a hostile environment, aka the Ice Age, whilst Africans had no issue living under the sun. That's just to give you a little understanding to why they're so hostile and angry. White people's white skin is also a genetic mutation. So basically, white people are mutants. And unlike every other race group, African people are the only race group that isn't related to Neanderthals, nor have we ever breeded with Neanderthal, with Africans possessing 0 to 0.3% of Neanderthals' DNA, as opposed to Europeans and Asians possessing 1 to 2% of Neanderthals' DNA today. And the only reason why African people have 0.3% of Neanderthals' DNA is because when Europeans colonized Africa, they decided to rape and impregnate our women. But Neanderthals never lived in Africa. In fact, scientists have found a gene in some West African people today called the ghost DNA. And the ghost DNA stems from an unknown ancestor that isn't associated with Neanderthals, nor is it related to Denisovans. Now, it's believed that the ghost DNA had gathered a ton of evolutionary benefits such as tumor suppression, male reproduction, and hormone regulation. So black people are nowhere near related to any other race group. And I guess you could say in a sense that genetically speaking, we are probably the most superior. First off, black people are the fastest race group due to a gene called ACTN3. And black people also possess the most muscle mass out of every other race group. Not just that, but black women are the most fertile out of any other females. Now, white people in particular like to throw around this belief that black people are inherently unintelligent, when there was a study that was conducted over 30 years ago in Germany that concluded that blacks and whites possess the same level of IQ. Not just that, but black infants walk and talk faster than white infants. And it's believed that babies that walk and talk faster than other babies are more intelligent. But white people in particular are trying to have the whole world believe that black people are useless, when deep down they know we are gifted. That's why every other race group gives black people less of an opportunity to thrive and build their own institutions. Our skin tone makes them feel insecure. They want you to make a mistake so they can take their anger out on you. That's why they're so merciless and unforgiving towards you whenever you do make a mistake. They want every single black person gone for good, so they don't have to worry about black people ruining their plans and making them feel so inferior. That's why Martin Luther King had to die. That's why Malcolm X had to die. That's why Patrice Lumumba had to die. And that's why Fred Hampton had to die. These people posed as a threat to white people. And nothing scares white people more than an intelligent black person willing to stand up against white people and actually make a significant change for black people. But the reason why they fear you is because of your potential. They will never mention the fact that the Moors civilized Greece. They will never mention the fact that Africa had the world's greatest empires of all time. They will never mention the fact that Ethiopia defeated Italy. They will never change the fact that Jesus wasn't white. They will never mention the fact that black Americans were close to outpacing white people, or how there used to be black segregated prosperous cities such as Bronzeville, Chicago, Rosewood, Florida, Slocum, Texas, and Tulsa, Greenwood District. And they will never mention the fact that over 90% of the population in Christian Europe was illiterate until the Moors introduced education to them. It's just crazy how every bad stereotype and every bad deed that black people have been given, such as being illiterate, sexually uncontrollable murderers, was exactly how white people used to be. White gangs started way before black gangs ever started. Not to mention how all these white people and all these white gangs used to kill each other until the government intervened. And yet, white people that have a criminal record have a higher chance of finding themselves a job than black people that have no criminal record. So these hypocritical, narcissistic, genetically recessive mutants that are related to chimpanzees can't tell me anything about justice or equality. Because you guys have used nothing but manipulation and deception to rise up to the top. There's nothing honest about you people, and there's nothing just about you people. That's why white judges give black people longer prison sentences than white people. That's why some of you old white boys like to go to Africa and take advantage of black children, because you're only in it for yourself. And for the Middle Easterns / Arabs / North Africans that feel as if they can laugh at me and my people, just understand that you guys have the most genetic disorders of any other race group. And that's mainly due to all the ancestry that you still indulge in to this day. So they can't tell me shit because they have never had black people's backs. And yes, although the Moors who were black sold Europeans during the Barbary slave trade, the North Africans that enslaved these Europeans were from Arab descent. So don't go around and give off the impression that these were actually black people. But let me just ask black people this question. Aren't you guys tired of being last? Because I'm so tired of being last. We've done all these great things, all these amazing things just to throw it away. For what? You should never be ashamed of your skin. And at the same time, there are black people that don't deserve to be black whatsoever, going out there helping white people, not even thinking about helping us. And the only reason why these white folks allowed these black immigrants in these countries is because they're absolutely certain that you're gonna help white people instead of us. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, subscribe, peace, and take care of yourselves. I'm out.